powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake rocked southern Turkey and neighboring Syria earlier. At least 43 aftershocks have occurred with a magnitude of 4.3 or more. The quake struck 23 kilometers east of Nadahi in Gaziantep province. The quake was at a depth of 24.1 kilometers. A strong shock of magnitude 7.5 flight after a devastating earthquake. This aftershock was extremely shallow, only 10 kilometers deep, which wasn't the shaking felt. Entire city blocks were flattened by the quake. Metal rods were strewn across the streets and vehicles toppled over.
Allah'ım sen yardım eyle. Yüce Rabbim bizlere yardım eyle ya Rabbi.
More than 1,000 high-rise buildings were destroyed. At least 120 aftershocks have occurred following powerful earthquake in southern Turkey.
Allah'ım ne olur yardım et Allah'ım.
Three of the aftershocks measured 6.0 or greater. That struck 95 kilometers north of the epicenter of the morning's main quake.
Allahu Ekber.
Depremin tam merkezi. Karşıda evler yıkık vaziyette.
The aftershocks stretched for more than 300 kilometers along the fault zone.
Acayip bir şekilde sarsılmasıyla deprem olduğunu anladık. Geri döndük tekrardan yıkılan. Allah'ım sen yardım eyle. Yüce Rabbim bizlere yardım eyle ya Rabbi.
The port of Iskenderun in southern Turkey was damaged.
Allah'ım sen bizlere yardım eyle. Allah'ım sen bize yardım eyle. Allah'ım yardım eyle ya Rabbi.
Some parts of the port's dock collapsed.
Allah'ım sen yardım et Allah'ım. Hindistan'ın yarısı gitmiş.
Elsewhere, cracks formed on the runways of some airports in the earthquake zone.
Her yer yıkıldı Elbistan'da.
Many countries have already begun to provide humanitarian assistance.
Antakya burası şu an. Yakın her yere vurulmuş. Ayakta bina yok.
Rescues are still working to free people trapped under the rubble. More than 1,000 high-rise buildings were destroyed.
Allah'ım sen yardım eyle. Allah'ım sen yardım eyle. Allah'ım sen yardım eyle ya Rabbi. Sen yardım eyle ya Rabbi. Rabbim sen yardım eyle. Allah'ım sen yardım eyle.
Metal rods were strewn across the streets and vehicles toppled over.
Ya böyle
Entire city blocks were flattened by the quake.
Sen yardım et. Allah'ım sen yardım et. Allah'ım sen yardım et.
Powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake rocked southern Turkey and neighboring Syria earlier. The quake was at a depth of 24.1 kilometers. A strong shock of magnitude 7.5 flight after a devastating earthquake. This aftershock was extremely shallow, only 10 kilometers deep.
It's scarcely believable, but there can be moments of deep joy amidst the devastation. Like when a little boy is found apparently unscathed, and he can even laugh and joke with his rescuers. These scenes will become rarer in the coming hours, but for now there is still hope. Thousands of earthquake survivors in Syria have already cheated death in the country's 12-year-long civil war. The youngest maybe aren't old enough to remember the bombs which have already destroyed much of their country, but the expertise the white helmet civil defence volunteers have acquired, freeing people from crumpled buildings in rebel-held areas, may save lives this week. Sometimes the spaces they're working in are so cramped that the rescuers have to be pulled out by their colleagues. Then comes the girl they freed. They look for the smallest signs of life, a movement in the rubble, and they go to work with the limited tools they have. They reassure the boy he'll soon be free, and they keep their promise. With basic medical care, and that's the only kind available in this neglected part of the world, this boy will live. But help comes too late for most. Whole families have been killed. Inside this room, covered by blankets, are 25 bodies. They're all relatives of Ahmad Idris.
We find the war. Look at the injustice that follows us. We came here to find safe shelter for us and our children. But at the end, look how fate has caught up with us. Glory be to God.
International sanctions will hamper aid getting through to parts of the country which will badly need help. The Syrian government has few friends, though Russian forces which helped it crush Aleppo are still here. They are extracting the living and dead from the rubble that on this occasion wasn't the result of their bombs. Despite everything that this country has been through in the past decade, its people still tried to make the most of happy times. But what can you do when your world comes crashing down? Ian Woods, News at 10.
An earthquake of magnitude 7.8 struck southern Turkey on Monday morning. The epicenter was located about 90 kilometers from the Syrian border, near the city of Gaziantep. On both sides of the border, residents awakened by the pre-dawn quake ran outside as buildings were destroyed and violent aftershocks continued. More than 20 aftershocks followed, the strongest of which was a magnitude 6.6. It is reported about the collapse of more than 3,000 buildings across the entire cross-border strip, from the Syrian city of Aleppo to the Turkish Diyarbakir. The total death toll from the earthquakes has already exceeded 1,400. Rescuers and residents continue to search for survivors, overcoming piles of metal and concrete. With thousands injured, the death toll is expected to rise further. Hospitals in the affected areas are rapidly filling up with casualties. Humanitarian aid is sent from all over the world and other regions of Turkey to the areas affected by the earthquake. Search and rescue teams are quickly mobilized from Bulgaria, Croatia, the Czech Republic, France, Greece, Hungary, Malta, the Netherlands, Poland and Romania. Ukraine, Italy, Spain, Slovakia and China also offered their rescue teams to Turkey. Turkish President Erdogan called today the worst disaster for the country since 1939. The earthquake then killed more than 32,000 people and injured more than 100,000.